All right, my friends, we're back with another Jaren Ward video. We already talked about what weapons you should use for him. Now we're going to talk about his artifacts. Pretty straightforward as always. Just like with Maru and Hellhest, when a new character comes out, new artifacts have been coming out with them that are basically tailored to them. So in general, an easy thing to say is just get the new ones. They will work great with that kit. You can go off and do other things, but I feel like you should just get you the ones that came out for him to go. Some people are using what is it, safeguarding or something in this spot instead. I mean, yeah, sure, you can do that if you want, but honestly, just get the ones that come tailored for him and you'll be fine. So let's look at him real quick. Calming Perturbation, right? So what does it do? Dealing precision damage, grants 38% damage resistance against sources within a 15-meter radius for 8 seconds. So keep that in mind. Within a 15-meter radius, you should be playing up close and personal with Jaren anyway, so this shouldn't be an issue. You're going to be dealing precision damage when you're using your last word. You should be trying to hit those precision hits. You know, hip firing right into the dome. Use your shotgun. Hit him with your shotgun. Hit the dome. Whatever. So it gives it to you for 8 seconds. So you only got to proc a precision hit every 8 seconds. So there you go. Damage resistance, right? Always good to have for higher level activity. Second one, healing perturbation. Dealing precision damage to targets within a 20-meter radius restores total health equal to 22% of the base damage dealt. So right there, within 20 meters, as long as you're dealing precision damage to targets within 20-meter radius, you're getting your total health restored, etc. So this is your survival, right? Now, when it comes to your survival, what attributes are you looking for here, right? So the recommended ones, we're looking at melee damage resist, health, shield, healing. You definitely want the healing. Health is always good, and the shield is always good. Melee damage resist could be the one where you could go whatever you want with. Maybe you just want straight up defense. Go for more defense. Some people like to do elemental resistance. Is always good to go with too. These three, I would say yes. The fourth one, wild card. Try to get what suits you best, but I would be looking for either defense, elemental resistance, or melee damage resistance here. So pretty simple on those two. Again, sticking with the theme of using these artifacts that are tailored for him. Valiant, Perturbation, these all play into Jaren's kit. Simultaneously having damage resistance and movement speed bonus applied by the wielder's own abilities grants 25% damage bonus. So how do you get damage resistance and movement speed bonus at the same time with Jaren? Well, when you use his evasion grenade ability, it literally gives you damage resistance and movement speed. You get the damage resist for like 8 seconds, the movement speed for like 7. If you use them correctly, you can basically keep this up full time. So this is a good one to have here as well. It makes sense. It plays into his kit. You are basically able to have full uptime on this as long as you manage it correctly. So we go with that one there. Some people will tell you could go into like, oh, what is it, Valiant Veil or something. One of the things that you use for like Ning, or maybe your wolf, you may already have that solar one ready to go. Sure, you can use it, but these are made for him and work out well on Jaren. So Valiant Perturbation, it's going to be my pick. If you have something from Wolf that applies for now, sure, slap it on there till you get one of these and then go from there. Your 4 slot obstructing perturbation. It's a hard word to say, my friends. This one, attempting to afflict a combatant within a 20-meter radius with blind increases the wielder's damage by 25%. Again, this one, you only have to attempt to do it. So as long as you use your dodge ability within 20 meters of a target, you're going to get this. And again, you can keep this up pretty much 100% of the time, as long as you're managing your ability correctly. So these all work very well together, and this is what I would recommend you shoot for. If you've got stuff from Wolf that works good, or maybe some more general purpose solar ones from other solar characters, sure, use those for now, but I feel like you should be shooting for these to have in your kit, to have a loadout based off of this. The big thing with this, though, is of course the attributes. And if you look at the recommended, it's going to tell you ability, super, weapon, signature. You definitely want the ability, and I say you definitely want the signature, because this is what boosts his little fan the hammer move that he does, his other ability. You want to beef that thing up. So going with ability strength and signature boost here is going to give you a big boost to that. As you can see, at tier 10 for ability strength, relic abilities deal 67.2% damage. Increase overshoot healing barrier from blah blah blah. This is the big part, 67.2%, and at tier 10, casting abilities also grants 10.5% weapon damage for 10 seconds. Again, you can keep this up full time. Signature strength. Look, more. Signature abilities deal 69.55% damage. Again, we're buffing that fan the hammer ability, and we're also buffing that grenade. It's more so for the fan the hammer than the grenade, okay? But there it is. So here, you see at tier 9, which I am, casting signature ability increases the damage of the next signature ability by 13%. So basically your rotation here is you throw the grenade, you do the fan the hammer move, okay? That's the thing. You buff that move by throwing the grenade. Casting, and then at 10, tier 10, we only go up a little bit, right? 0.67, so not that big of a deal, but you still want to get it up as high as possible. 8 to 9 is a bigger jump. You see here, 11.3 to 13, that's 2%. So you want to have those two, in my opinion. Some people will say you don't need them both, but I'm telling you, you should get them both. It's better for that. It's better for that ability, which his cooldowns are very quick. You're using your abilities a lot, so buff them up. Now, when it comes to the other ones, super and weapon, I say yes to the super. You want to buff his super up. The higher you can get that super doing damage, the way better it's going to be. It can do a lot of damage when you have it buffed up. Your fourth one, kind of a wild card. You can go weapon enhancement, or I would say your other choice here is solar. You're either going to go for solar boost or weapon enhancement here, right? So you can see on this one, I have the perfect. We got the perfect. We got the super, signature ability, weapon enhancement. This one's 3 of 4. We've got solar instead of the weapon enhancement over here. So we're still working to hopefully get one of these perfect so that we get matchy-matchy and we can get tier 10 across the board here on our offensive artifacts. So that's what I'm going to be able, that's what I'm going to recommend to you guys. Pretty straightforward when it comes to these artifacts. Sure, there's going to be off meta stuff you can use. Like I said, people are using Ring of Safeguarding, I believe, over here. Whatever it is, it's one that, like, if you get hit big, you get some energy. Or you can use stuff like when you cast a movement ability X amount, this happens because this little dodge grenade is considered a movement ability. So you can use stuff like that as well. But I personally feel, let me see if I can find it real quick in my list here. Veil. Casting movement abilities instantly restores health. So like healing veil is an option you could use there should you have a solar healing veil one, right? Mine are arc because the only person I really use that on is Ning. You may have a solar one from Wolf. So you got some room to play around should you want to. But I personally think you should be shooting for these artifacts that are tailored towards him, and then getting the right attributes. That's what the big factor is getting the right attributes for these, especially on your offensive side, is what's going to make the world a difference and where you're going to feel the difference in your character. When you have ability strength and signature boost, you're going to feel how strong that is buffing up your fan the hammer move with this. If you don't have this, that ability is pretty weak. Like, it needs to be boosted. You want to boost it up, my friend. This is typical with any damage dealing kind of character. You're typically going for ability, signature, weapon, and super. The weapon, you can swap it out for the element of the character. Whether if you're a solar character, you could say solar here. If you're a void character, you can go void here. You know, it's just like on my Maru. On my Maru, we went ability, signature, super, and void here. Just because that's how we played it out on her. Because the void, the difference is the weapon enhancement is going to give you boost straight to the weapons, right? But when you have the element, it increases your solar damage in general. So that would apply to his abilities as well. The difference is you don't get as much boost to it as you do when you level up your weapon enhancement at tier 10 versus solar at tier 10. Your weapons are way stronger at that point than they are if they were just boosted by the solar. You can make that call. The nice thing here, though, with solar boost is defeating any target with solar damage restores health. Okay? So you get health back when you have the element associated. That's going to do it for this one, my friends. I hope this helped you out. Like I said, it's pretty simple when it comes to this stuff when these new characters come out, because they make artifacts that come out at the same time that are pretty much tailored to that character. And so far, those have been the general play when it comes to artifacts for your character. Like I said, the big thing comes down to the attributes. Can't just have the artifacts with things over here that don't make any sense. Like, you got to have stuff that works with the character and makes sense for the character. So on that one, my friends, don't forget, hit that like button. Don't forget to follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. Come catch us on live streams at Twitch and YouTube. We stream on both. Hey, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.